I think blue flavored chips are underrated. Can I ask, what does blue flavor mean? Blue flavor. What does that mean? What does something being blue flavored means? Like what food could you compare that to? What natural food that grows from a tree or comes from me stabbing something? You know, natural actual foods. Where does blue come in? What's the flavor of blue? Does it taste like oregano? Does it taste like garlic? What does blue taste like? Does blue taste like a blue food? Name a blue food. Or are we gonna have to bring up blueberries again? I talked about this on another video. Blueberries are purple. They're just like kind of close to blue. So someone rounded up to blue. So they're like, well, there's a lot of purple fruits already. So I just want to call them blueberries. Look at the inside of a frozen bag of blueberries after you've had it for a while. It's purple. It's purple. And there are literally a bunch of edited images on Google Images and stuff that make them more blue. And then you look at the more real images and they're purple. You look at blueberries in real life, they're kind of freaking purple. Hello, party people. I know I typically talk about nerdy stuff. That's why I'm wearing a nerdy shirt to compensate. But instead we'll be talking about something else. A favorite of mine, also a degenerate topic. Junk food. Food in general. Yay! Love talking about food. Big and fat ass over here. Alright. And I was thinking about Takis. You know, real popular. They've been getting so popular over the last 10 years or whatever. I don't really know when I started noticing people popping off about Takis, but it's been a while at this point. People love Takis. And I'll admit, they're pretty addictive. I like a little spice. I like a little hard crunch. So, yeah, I'm a sucker. I've been eating this whole big bag of them. Kind of crazy, right? But, do you know what I've always noticed? There's several stores around me that have a very large variety of Taki flavors. They take up so much of the shelf. So much of the shelf. And I've tried a bunch of these flavors. I'm typically a guy that's like, yay, I like when there's flavor diversity and stuff like that. I think I'm starting to change on that. Because honestly, it takes up so much of the shelf with junk that distracts me, makes me buy it to try it, and then I regret it. Because it's usually at least a little bit worse than if I just went with good old normal Takis. And you know, I saw that people were making a little Reddit tier list of this. Why is there an r/Takis? I guess there's a lot of freaking degenerates. Yeah, okay, whatever. Let's go off that. Okay. But then I was like, you know what? I need to figure out how many flavors there are. I'm claiming that there are too many flavors of Takis. But I gotta be able to actually have a source on that. How many flavors of Takis are there? And I could have looked that up directly, but I wanted to see people rank them. I wanted to see people's opinions. I wanted to see if people were just spitting the truth, which is just eat the normal ones. There's of course the blue ones. I don't know why, but the blue ones are the ones that are in like every store. Like those are the ones that have made it to like every Walmart in the damn world. You don't have to go to the local like Hispanic grocery store. When I go there, there's a million different Taki flavors, and it is pretty interesting, but like we don't need all of them. There are plenty of them that need to be kept in the little too niche to be consuming bin. So I looked at this article from Sporked. They seem so cool and quirky. Their name is literally Spork. That's as quirky as it gets. And I was looking. And I've tried a bunch of these. I've tried Takis guacamole. I've tried Takis sweet chili. I've tried Takis blue heat. I've tried a few of these. But I wanted to find the ones I haven't tried. And I wanted to hear about what they taste like. Realize that they're weird gimmicks. And keep eating the normal ones. In fact, let's open this puppy up It's kind of nearish the end of the bag. You guys do this too, where you take a pair of scissors and you make sure you can just chomp on the rest of the bag, so you don't have to reach through the entire bag every time to get your fingers extra super duper dusty, and then you get your arms super dusty too. I know I sometimes just barely care, and I'll try to stuff my whole arm down the Pringles can like a fat ass, but you know, that sometimes just doesn't work out. Now, let's check these people's rankings. Now, the first thing they have on here, last place, the worst Takis flavor. And I totally agree with this. This is when Takis just tries to rip off other chip brands. And it's like, you found a good niche, the little rolled up, hard crunching, spicy chip. You found your niche in the chip market. The chip market was like entirely ruled by Frito-Lay, and then you insert yourself in. You insert yourself with this beautiful chip from Mexico that takes over the country. It takes over the country by storm. But then you just try to... Too many variations. Why are you ripping off Pringles? Like, what are we even doing here? We don't need a Takis Pringle. And when I tried it, I did think like, well, maybe they do a good job at the Pringle ripoff, and maybe that's a cool niche. Something with the texture of Pringles, but the like spice mixture of Takis. It wasn't. It was so bad. I tried this. The chips were weirdly small. They were like kind of squarey, and they just tasted like especially fake. Like it's not even potato powder. Like it's like a styrofoam or something that they made the chips out of. Also, here's a tip to make it so you didn't look like you just fingered Elmo's asshole every time you eat Takis. Either grab like a napkin or a paper towel if you're especially desperate. But for real, buy like chopsticks or something. It's worth whipping out the chopsticks to not get your fingers colored red for like a day and a half. They do it way worse than Cheetos could ever. Cheetos be making your fingers orange 5 ever. But Takis do it even worse. There's so much red 5 or whatever food color dye they use that it just taints your hands forever. And it's probably painting my insides red forever, but you know what? No, not many people are looking at the inside walls of my esophagus, so let's not worry about that right this second. Let's hope my stomach acids break this stuff down. My esophagi walls. Scrumptious. Now, Takis Duos. Ever heard of this BS? No, I have not heard this one. Kettle popcorn? I don't know if that works. I'm gonna be real. I'm not as into the like bagged, pre-packaged popcorn as a lot of people. What's that one brand everyone eats? Like Smart Food or something like that? I don't remember what it was. Obviously, I lack the intellect to know about Smart Food. But I'm not a big fan of packaged, bagged popcorn. Pre-popped popcorn. No, make some popcorn yourself. And don't cover it in Taki dust. Oh, and they're even trying to make it taste like spicy watermelon candy. Here's one more thing. Packaged popcorn can be at least somewhat a little bit acceptable. If, and only if, it's a nice savory flavored popcorn, like a well done cheddar popcorn. That's pretty yummy, I'll admit. Or some other kind of cheese popcorn. But sweet popcorn, I'm just not about it. I'm not about it. It's buns. Like, if I want some sweetness, I'll eat some ice cream. I'll eat a cookie. Those are good sweet treats. Not everything has to be sweet. Popcorn can stay savory. Buttery or cheesy. That's how I am with popcorn. I'm sorry, you ain't gonna get me apologizing for that. Alright. So, yeah. This makes a lot of sense. Takis Crisp and Takis Duos are gonna be pretty bad. Oh my goodness, I am rambling. This is going on already longer than I thought. I thought I was actually gonna take way too little time talking, and I wouldn't be able to make this video very long at all. But yeah, it seems to be having the opposite issue already. That's okay. I will keep rambling about Takis. Alright. So, we got Takis kettles next. Do you continue to see the issue of Takis having too many flavors and trying to do too many things at once? They have a good thing with the rolled up Takis. You can maybe do a few more flavors of those. Why are we doing kettle chips now? There's already a lot of brands of kettle chips. Why are we doing kettle chips now? I tried these too. They were better than the stupid Pringles. They were like a mile better. The gap between number 17 and number 19 on this list is huge for me, even though it's only a rating of 1 spork difference to them. Whatever the... Really, it's just a rating out of 10. What's the point of even having it resembled by your stupid quirky sporks? If you're gonna do something random, make it like, I don't know, buckwheat? Yeah, that's more fun. 4 out of 10 buckwheats. Alright. And then there's Taki Sticks Fuego. Okay, what's this thing? So is this basically like... They wanted to do them even skinnier? Oh gosh, it's like a pretzel. Yeah, it's like basically like a Takis pretzel stick almost. On corn, these airy, light, crunchy corn sticks are pretty under... Oh, they're like Chester's hot fries. Nearly. Kind of. That's what it seems. Do I need to look up and look at Taki sticks? I think I might. I think I might have to do that. We're back. I dropped my microphone. I'm going crazy. Okay, let's look at Taki sticks. Oh, they are like Chester's. They're little corn fries. So I like Chester's. And I like Andy Caps, which are both pretty similar to this. But that just shows. But yeah, you already got some pretty good competition in this field. Why are you doing it? Yeah, they just say like Takis can do way better than sticks. You're probably right. I do like these little snacks usually, but Chester's probably does it better anyways. I don't know. I like those Chester's quite a bit though. Alright, next we got hot nuts. Now here's the thing about nuts. I like pistachios. I do like peanuts and cashews as well. But peanuts and cashews, they're kind of frauds. Peanuts are a legume, that's a bean, and cashews are a fruit. And I've also heard a bunch of like barely digestible, kind of less healthy for you than every other nut about peanuts and kinda about cashews. So you know what? Not the best nuts out there. But I will admit, some like flavored peanuts can be pretty good sometimes. So I would have to try this. I'm not gonna flame Takis hot nuts yet. I'll have to... They say it creates a confusing snack experience. I'll have to see. I'll have to get the hot nuts a try. I will have to let the hot nuts settle in my mouth. And like gargle them around a little bit. Get that peanut taste. Mix it with the lime. Oh god. I don't know, it sounds kind of good. I don't think it would end up at 15 for me. Because even though I just talked crap about peanuts for probably being a little less healthy than some other nuts like pistachios or Brazil nuts or hazelnuts, which I all do like those three, although I'm not a big fan of almonds or walnuts or whatever. Oh, I got sidetracked. I may or may not be completely sober. Alright, Takis Waves Blue Heat. So this is just, I think blue flavored chips are underrated. Can I ask, what does blue flavor mean? Blue flavor. What does that mean? What does something being blue flavored means? Like what food could you compare that to? What natural food that grows from a tree or comes from me stabbing something? You know, natural, actual foods. Where does blue come in? What's the flavor of blue? Does it taste like oregano? Does it taste like garlic? What does blue taste like? Does blue taste like a blue food? Name a blue food. Or are we gonna have to bring up blueberries again? I talked about this on another video. Blueberries are purple. They're just like kinda close to blue. So someone rounded up the blue. So they're like, well, there's a lot of purple fruits already. So I just want to call them blueberries. Look at the inside of a frozen bag of blueberries after you've had it for a while. It's purple. It's purple. And there are literally a bunch of edited images on Google Images and stuff that make them more blue. And then you look at the more real images and they're purple. You look at blueberries in real life, they're kind of freaking purple. So what does blue flavor mean? Yeah? Gonna tell me? You gonna tell me what blue flavor means? I would love to know. What does he say? It's yummy. It's got extra zing. Is that what blue flavor means? Ariana Losh. How do you pronounce your last name? I want to get it right phonetically for you. Okay. I want to get it phonetically right. I want to quote your name right. When you tell me that you think this chip is in the middle of your list for liking the underrated blue flavor. This is Takis' most funny side flavor to me. Their biggest side flavor, their sour cream and onion, their barbecue, is blue. And from a marketing perspective, it's pretty genius. Because I'll admit, when I was a little kid, just simple things like changing something to a different bright color would definitely work as a marketing gimmick. I think Takis blue, I'd fall for it instantly. I think I did one time see like a 6-year-old little boy, and in that same situation, we probably would have done the same thing. We went, blue, Dad, get the blue one. It's blue. So I get it. It's for the money. The monies. But it makes no sense. What is blue flavored? What does that even mean? And I've tried them. They do seem to be different. But almost feels like a placebo in a way. Like, how different are the blue Takis? What spice differences do they do? And how radioactive is that blue dye? That's what I'm wondering. Takis Buckin' Ranch. I think I'll finally move on to talking about another flavor. We wanted to love these non-spicy Takis, we really did, but they didn't deliver on flavor. I agree, I did try these. They're not Cool Ranch Doritos. They're not that interesting. They were pretty mediocre. Takis should just stick to the normal good stuff. Just like I said, diversifying flavors just a little too much. I'll talk about the only one I think is pretty fair. Okay. Everyone on the sport crew vehemently dislikes zombie Takis, except me. See, this flavor I hadn't heard of. This one's kind of funny to me, at least aesthetically. I like the bag, but I don't think it sounds very good. So, they apparently taste like someone dumped a metric ton of citric acid into spa water. What the? Lime cucumber Gatorade, but really spicy. What are we talking about? What is this flavor? What? What? Okay, and now we just have her ranting. Or putting ice in my cereal. Okay, let's just say this real quick. Dipping French fries into garlic mashed potatoes. That's just a delicious combination. I get that it's doubling down on potatoes, but no, that's not that crazy. That's just delicious. Putting ice in your cereal, though, I feel like I have heard of that. Yeah, all people that do that are psychopaths. Ice water, when it melts, is there just must be the worst mineral balance in the world, because it is always the nastiest water. And when ice just becomes little bits that intrude on whatever you're drinking, or I guess in this case with your cereal eating, I ask for no ice at places all the time, because when your ice starts getting a little melted, it ruins the drink you're drinking, and you start sucking up little tiny melted ice bits through the straw. Oh my goodness! You know what? I don't know how to say it, but ice is overrated. I hate ice. Except for when it's used to cool, like, other things down in a non-intrusive way where it doesn't try to actually include itself in the drink or the food or the whatever. Alright, next. Takis Nacho Explosion. There's nothing particularly explosive about Nacho Explosion. 7.5 out of 10. Okay, yeah, sure. I like how it's like 7.5. That's fairly good. And then it just immediately starts with like, this is shit. I tried this one too. I don't think it's actually that bad. Or is this... Did I try the other cheese one? Is the other cheese one higher and that's the one I tried? Oh. Yeah, Intense Nacho is the one I tried. And it's way higher. Yeah, I don't know what Nacho Explosion is. I need to find Nacho Explosion. Okay, Blue Heat. Wow, this is controversial. Because while Blue Heat, I agree, it's nothing really at all that special. They ranked it 10th place. 10th. While it is easily the one with the second most presents. Wow. How controversial of you, Sport.com. I want to know how much this website values their own domain at. I bet if you try to buy it, it's so expensive, even though this is the lamest website name. Okay, Takis Waves Dragon Sweet Chili. I've tried Dragon Sweet Chili. I haven't tried it in wave form. Skip. Takis Hot Nuts Fuego. I'm excited to try these. I probably would like just the normal Fuego ones more than the limier nuts. I prefer my nuts hot instead of limey. I prefer my nuts more heated than acidic. It's more my style. I don't like my nuts acidic. But I still need to try them. I've seen Takis Hot Nuts like once. I guess I need to try them. I do at this point. I've convinced myself. I really do. Okay, Takis Dragon Sweet Chili, 8 out of 10. So I think there are only 2 different Takis flavors where I was like, okay, this was a decent enough side flavor that I'm like, this can exist. Like, its existence is justified. It has a niche enough that I think it's got a decent presence. And I think Takis Dragon Sweet Chili is just barely enough to, like, be a respectable side flavor. I thought it was fine. Did I actually like it more than normal Takis, though? No. So, kind of on the fence. Now, Takis Guacamole. I feel this is the main flavor, I think, has an interesting enough niche, and avocados and guacamole, it's so trendy in general, and it's delicious. I love guacamole. I love guacamole. I love avocados in general. They're delicious, and this flavor does do the guac flavor pretty decently, and it's got a little bit of a jalapeno kick, and I've seen other people be disgusted by this flavor, but I personally don't think it's too bad. I would probably also give it 8 out of 10 sporks. 8 out of 10 buckwheat. Better measurement. Okay, and then we had Takis Kettles Jalapeno Typhoon. Okay, so I bet you these are probably fine. But this is the most generic kettle chip flavor there is out there. Like, What are you guys doing? You're just copy and pasting, dude? There's like so many specifically jalapeno kettle chips. Miss Vicky's and Lay's and whatever have all done this. Get out of here with this. This is too basic. Boring. Lame. I may even say. Takis Nitro. Takis Nitro suck. Why is Takis Nitro this high? It's like, let's take the original flavor that's absolutely delicious, and let's make them extra like limey or whatever. I don't know. Whenever I would get these Takis multi-packs that would have the little bags, and it would have intense nacho, nitro, blue, and normal. And nitro was the worst one. I didn't even eat them all. They just sucked. I don't know what to tell you. It's a little hard to describe them. I would need to have one again, but I remember upon only eating like 2 of them, I was like, no, these are a skip. These are bad enough that they're a skip. These need to shoot up the list. Up the list. 8.5 out of 10. My ass. My ass. Now, Takis intense nacho. I'll admit. It's pretty good for just like a cheesy ripoff. And there's not really like there's a lot of cheese chips out there, but there's not really like a coiled, real crunchy one. So it does have a niche. I don't hate this one. It can exist. And Takis Crunchy Fajitas is the same way. I've tried this shit. It's so good. It's so good. This actually does deserve its second place. Second place slot. Dude, taco flavored chips are just delicious in general and underrated. Taco was Doritos' original flavor, and it's still the best one. Come at me. Come at me. It's definitely better than nacho cheese and Cool Ranch. I don't know how those took off as the main 2 flavors. I think it's just because they had those nice primary colored bags. Bunch of BS. And yes, of course, Takis Fuego. Just a good old classic. Up at the top. They did at least get that right. Oh, now the blue ones are similar, so it's funny to me that the blue ones are a whole 2.5 down when compared to the original, when I think they taste so unbelievably similar. That's whatever. That's fair. I need to stop talking about Takis. I'm gonna eat 3 more of these and then attempt to wrap up this bag that I cut. I usually only do this when I'm ready to super power chow. I don't quite got that in me right this second. But I do hope you all have a good day. And when you look at the store, try to observe how many flavors of Takis there are compared to other stores. Realize there's too many. And then just get the normal one or not get any of them, because it is still unhealthy garbage. Have a great day.